你肯定是要 focus， 就是要集中在一个地方做。
You need to have some very innovative things.
谢谢今天请我过来介绍一下 Bucket。
How do you balance your life?
How do you promote them? Whom you're competing against?
What do you need from me?
会东西人才由梦想舞台及创新大计，欢迎您来到《西游记》，我是主持人丁维平。When other people saying we cannot, and we say why not? Dingding TV is also a startup. For startup, you really need the platform for the startup to show who you are, to show people your dream. That's why we're doing this.
The show will go like this. We will introduce you as the company. Judge will give you an overall voting. This project is fundable or not fundable.
希望就是给我团队和我团队的产品做一个宣传。
I'm actually looking to pick his brain for strategies of how to get into the market.
I hope that the judges will like me, obviously.
我对今天得到评委们的支持还是很有信心的。
我有点紧张，因为这位那个 VC 非常聪明。
Actually, yes, I'm nervous, but I'm looking forward to this very much.
当年唐僧带着孙悟空等人吧去西方取经，实际上现在中美的合作已经是互相取经。西游记实际上是把高技术带到中国，同时中国呢又给高技术提供了很多市场。
我们橡子园在这几年都是在帮助这有创业意识的人去创业，希望西游记能够鼓励更多的年轻的人能够走进这一步，
希望能够给创业的同仁提供一个新的渠道。
你们心里面有准备，我们就有准备来支持你们。
那自己要把自己定位，自己是什么样的人才？
你在创业的时候如果你能找少的合作伙伴，而不要找太多的。
The first and foremost is you have to have a good team.
You really have to be passionate about what you are doing.
You have to first go for the people with whom you have chemistry.
The starting team define the scalability.
What's most important is to be engaged and to listen.
Creativity, optimism, and perseverance.
Finding the entry point to leverage yourself.
创业像一首歌，或者说《西游记》这个节目呢，也像一首歌一样，需要坚持你的节奏，知道你的旋律，而且把这个声音呢从内心发出来。
So we'll provide apps for retail stores.
Simplified version.
它还不是一个 spam，
是一个 pocket transfer anything freely between.
我觉得能够和这么多非常有经验的这些评委老师有很深入的一个交流，我觉得很开心。
It is a very good opportunity for me to present our project in front of so many experienced VC.
They give a lot of good comments.
It's very helpful.
Battle Silicon help the Silicon Valley entrepreneurs to connect with the most senior VC angel investors.
It's a very wonderful combination of startup media company, media producers, judges, and also very wonderful contestants.
I think the design of the show is very well suited for entrepreneurs who wants to become successful.
We encourage every startup to come here.
Just follow your dream, to do what you love.
我自己在创业，所以我觉得如果我们能够帮助创业的人，让他这一段路呢，让他不再孤独，让他觉得说有人跟你一起走，然后有好的经验和你一起分享，也有导师帮你提出非常有建设性的建议，这个呢就是我们的初衷啊。
We always complain that why we do not always
why
come to
you use
US.
he instead of her?
Sorry.
Diana Ding, founder and CEO of Silicon Valley Innovation Channel, Dingding TV, Santa Clara County Asian American Hero Award winner.
Hello everybody, welcome to Battle Silicon. I'm Diana Ding, and before we get started, we're going to introduce our judges today. Let's watch the video.
Peter Hsieh, Chief Strategy Officer of Coretronic Corporation, and President of Coretronic Venture Capital, Independent Director of iSoftStone. Ray Wu, Founding Partner of Hsieh Ventures, an angel investor, former Managing Director of HP Ventures, and Senior Executive leading Cisco software-related M&A and investment. A.K. Low, Director of Techstars. He has spent over 6 years across the European and New York City startup communities, including serial entrepreneurship, angel investment, and mentorship. Leslie Yuan, founder of Globalization Training Office, multiple decades of cross-border go-to-market experience. Dr. Wei Chen Li, Counselor Faculty, San Jose State University, former Chair, Multicultural Concerns Commission, National Academic Advising Association.
I'm going to introduce the last and most beautiful one, and she's Catherine Look, and she's a co-founder of Halifax Investment, and they invested the famous movie 赤壁, first and second. So ladies and gentlemen, let's give our hands to our judges. We started Better Silicon in 2013. Actually, we think that startups, the entrepreneurs, are real star, and they enjoy of this lifestyle and have their dream come true. So next, we're going to have a women entrepreneur. She's Phoebe Huang.
Our expectations we're going to show is to learn from the experts and to see if they have any advice in terms of go-to-market strategies, and to see what they think our competitive edge is in different regions of the world.
So Phoebe, you got 3 minutes to tell us about your business plan.
I'll try to be as interesting as possible, no promises though. So I'm Phoebe, the co-founder of Snapask, and Snapask is basically your tutor in your pocket, built by a team of young graduates with one common goal: to make education a level playing field for all. So kids nowadays, what is the one thing that they cannot live without? Their phones, right? And you might think that by taking their phones away from them, we're helping them focus on their studies. But have you ever considered that it's exactly because they're always on their phones that makes the mobile phone such a powerful tool when it comes to learning? So education is becoming more competitive everywhere, especially in Asia. School is no longer enough. So as a student, you have two options. First, you could choose to go to tuition centers and sit in classes with 300 other kids. It's more affordable, but obviously your individual needs are not being addressed by the tutors. Your second option is to go with private tuition. Private tuition provides a more personalized learning experience, but at a much, much higher cost. So the problem here is quite obvious. There's always this trade-off between affordability and quality when it comes to learning. So the question, therefore, we should ask is also very simple. How do we provide timely and high-quality education for every student? This is why we've created Snapask. Snapask is the tutor in your pocket. Whenever you're stuck on homework, just take out your phone, take a photo of the question, and post it onto Snapask. Our tutor will then initiate a one-on-one online class with you. Our tutors are all recruited from top university students, and our system matches you to the most suitable tutor to begin your lesson within an average of 17 seconds. Since our launch 4 months ago, we've recruited over 600 tutors, and we're currently serving over 8,000 students in the city. We've also partnered with over 100 high schools in Hong Kong to encourage the use of Snapask not just outside the classroom, but inside the classroom itself. Snapask uses a freemium model where the students pay per question asked, and tutors are paid per question answered. We started in Hong Kong, but we're moving fast. We've set up a team in Taiwan and in Shanghai, where we're currently in an incubation program. With Snapask, education is no longer a local business. Imagine the possibilities we've created for students and those who want to help others learn everywhere around the world. So we need your expertise in helping us bring Snapask to the next level. Together, we'll be able to make education a level playing field for all. Thank you.
Wow, thank you. Phoebe, in such a short time, you give a lot of information.
I try my best.
Yeah, that was very good. And you mentioned that in a very short time, you already generate 8,000 students, yes. Right? How could you do that?
So we've tried out different methods, and what we've realized works the best in Hong Kong is to go through schools. So a feature on Snapask is we've designed a feature in Snapask based on the flipped classroom concept, and it allows teachers to host competitions within their own classes and within schools. And so therefore, by getting schools to use this feature, we could more quickly reach out to students directly.
Okay, let's hear Judge's question. Peter, we always start with you.
I don't have a very insightful question. I'm still trying to understand how you conduct your business. I am a student. I have a question. I take a photo. And the question is published to 10,000 teachers out there, and they will have to grab it? Or it's designated one person that's going to answer my question?
Somewhere in between that. So we have 600 tutors right now, and they are experts in different subjects. So obviously, if I post like a math question, the science tutor is not going to get the question. So we do assign the question to the most suitable group of tutors, and then within that group of tutors, they'll have to fight, well, not fight, but like compete against each other to see who gets to pick it up first.
So it's like a 一道租车 in China. I'm standing here. I want to hire a private taxi. I broadcast. I have a need.
Yeah.
People come up. Then what's the incentive for these teachers to stand by their phone to answer you? It's reversing the respect to teachers these days, right? Is that what we're hearing here?
So you're asking about the incentive that tutors have in answering questions? Or?
I am a qualified tutor to yours,
okay.
But I have to stand by my phone all the time to wait for questions coming up, and then I have to fight for 1 second to push a button saying, I have the answer. Is that how it happens?
We don't expect our tutors to stand by waiting for questions. Rather, it's more of like when they're taking a break from the studies or they have free time, then they can answer the questions. So it's really up to them to decide whether or not to answer the questions.
Okay.
But we have talked to our most active tutors, and basically what they have told us is that it's not the money we pay them that keeps them coming back. It's more like the satisfaction of helping out a younger generation that gets them to use our app.
And the medium being used is cell phone, the tiny screen, a 5.5-inch or 4-inch cell phone.
Yes, or tablets. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Ray?
3 questions. Out of 8,000 students, what's the revenue numbers today?
Currently, we've just started the monetization process, so we have acquired over about 400 to 500 paying customers as of today. And the way we're doing this is having prepaid cards, because we do understand that as students, it's very hard for them to expect them to have credit card or do any sort of online payment, which is why we're using physical cards to sell to these students.
Got it. And then are the parents buying these prepaid cards or the student buying themselves?
We have a mix of both, but then it's mainly the parents paying obviously the money comes from the parents originally.
Sure.
But we're priced the prepaid cards, they're different prices, so let's say 150 Hong Kong dollars or 300 Hong Kong dollars. And so depending on the price range, the more expensive would be bought by the parents. But let's say a trial version or like the less expensive cards are bought by the students.
Do parents worry that their kids would just directly go to your service and get answer without thinking through the question?
Yeah, that is a very valid question. The thing is that for our tutors, we do give them a guideline, a very clear guideline that we don't just want them to provide the answer, we want them to provide the learning process so that when the student faces a similar question in the future, they'll know how to apply the process and get the answer.
Okay. One last question. There's also competitor like tutor.com, those kind of guys. How are you differentiated versus theirs?
I think right now, at this moment, most of our competitors are forum-based. So it's more like, say, Yahoo Answers, where you post a question and then anyone can see the question, and they might not have the qualifications, you don't know who they are, and there's also the problem of it not being instant, so you might have to wait a day for the answer. And I guess like the time factor and the quality factor is our main differentiation factor.
Thank you.
Sorry, I do have one question follow on to my original line. I'm puzzled, if I'm okay to ask.
Sure, of course. Go ahead.
Assuming your business is successful in 12 months time frame, and I am a tutor on your network, how many of these questions am I going to receive a day? And how many minutes do you expect me to spend on each question?
Okay, so how many questions and how long I will spend on each question, right? In a year's time, we do expect to have more tutors. So hopefully there would be more segmentation when it comes to the groups of tutors that the way we group the tutors. So we might group them by form level, not just by subjects or what they want to answer. And what we want to eventually do is also to have it so that tutors can indicate when they're free or when they're available, so they could turn off the notification when they want to. So it's not like we're forcing the notifications on them. And as for how long we expect them to spend on each question, that really depends on the question itself. So right now on our platform, most of the questions are math and science based. So those questions right now, we have talked to the tutors and it takes about 5 to 10 minutes for the questions, and we expect that to stay that way. So.
Okay, Tag?
Yeah, I'm just going to go rapid fire. I'm going to go a very different direction than Ray. I'm super, super bullish. I'm not like Ray. Ray's very conservative. I'm not. I like what you guys are doing. I'm more bullish than you are. I'm pretty sure I am. I like what you guys do. You guys are awesome. If I had money, I would invest in you right now.
Do you have money or not?
No, I don't.
I'm going to check your wallet.
Yeah, I've got 500 Hong Kong. That's all I have.
That's not bad.
But Ray has a lot more. You can hit him up for money. So what I would say, I think to your point, right? Like Yahoo Answers, Quora, instantaneous monetization. You know, Quora has such a hard time monetizing, and I think what you guys are doing, I think, is monetizing that big. It's basically micro Q&A, but with an academic angle. So I love that. So I just want to confirm, one, it's a mobile app?
Yes.
Just a yes or no? Yes, okay. Growth metrics. So you had great marketplace numbers, but what's the monthly user growth?
Right now we're growing at roughly around 15% per month.
Okay.
And mainly that's through schools and working directly with schools.
Okay. Growth overseas. What's your, so Taiwan, I think you mentioned also,
yes.
Where? What other countries?
Taiwan and Shanghai.
And Shanghai.
Yes.
What's your framework? How you think about growth, right? It's easy to say tier 1 cities. Yeah. Tell me your analytical framework and market expansion.
I'm not sure if I understand.
Okay, so when you're thinking about which cities to grow to, what are the factors that factor into how you decide on those cities?
Okay, so we've decided on Taiwan and Shanghai because we do think that in Asia itself, education is more, or I wouldn't say it's more important, but certainly parents would be willing to spend more money on education compared to, say, other regions, which is why we've decided to focus on Asia at this moment. As for why Taiwan? Because it has a very similar market size to Hong Kong. So it's something that we could do testing and really have comparable results. And for Shanghai, the Chinese market is a lot bigger, and so we want to have the advantage of being the first there to the market to really gain that advantage, which is why we've chosen Shanghai.
I would just give a little bit of feedback and say, like, be a little bit more analytical. Like, like school density, I think is really important. I think that whatever market, whether you're secondary or primary or tertiary, be very focused on the number of schools, students, the sizing of it all, rather than just culturally whether it's a good fit or not. And the last thing is, on the tech side, I'm sure you do this, but you do store all the there's a strong database of both the questions and the responses, and you track everything, right?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Cool.
And actually, to add on to that, that is one of the benefits of our app, is the students' behavior on our app are indicators of how they're doing and the performance, the potential. So what we want to do is run analysis with the data that we have to really gain better insight into the student population in terms of learning in Hong Kong. So.
You're going to follow me? You want to invest?
Tech, if you had money, how much you would invest on her?
500 already.
I think that's the thing. If I had money. I mean, it's all relative.
Okay. Yes.
Can I ask some question? Because as parents in a traditional way, teachers are supposed to answer students for free. Right. And how are you going to convince the parents to pay for this platform?
I think I do see our business as being complementary to what teachers are already doing. So certainly we're not saying that teachers are useless, because especially in Hong Kong, there is a lack of resources when it comes to education in the public sector. So teachers don't have time, or they don't have time to really address the students' individual needs, because there are just too many students. So we want to focus on the after-school academic guidance, so that they don't have to wait for the teacher to answer them the next day.
How does it count as a question? Because when you ask for the mathematics solution, it may be a very long answer. Yeah. How does it count as one question, as you're charged by questions?
Right, yeah, there's certainly there are easier questions and more difficult questions. So really, so far, we've seen that the questions are mostly from textbooks. So we do go by the number, say if it's 3A, then that's one question. And once again, that's dependent on the tutor. We do tell them that they don't have to answer more than one question in the same session. So it's up to their judgment as well to decide, if that question has been addressed.
Okay,
Leslie's question. It seems like you're doing okay, if not good, so far, just by 4 months of launch.
4 months, official launch.
My question is that, do you or any of the co-founder has really tutoring experience, right, and how that experience translate to your apps today?
Yeah, certainly. So some of our co-founders, they started a tuition center when they were still at university. And it's a rather small center, but then they wanted to focus on small class teaching. So rather than having 1 to, say, like 30 kids, they have 1 to 5, so 1 tutor to 5 students. And what they realized is that even though they could help the students, they had to charge quite a lot to make revenue from that business. And that's basically why we decided to have this app and to provide really personalized and instant education that's affordable at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now let's see judges vote for your business plan. 3, 2, 1. Wow, congratulations. Wow, it's great. It's a good sign. Okay, now let's come into the EQ session, and we got 3 numbers left and 2 already taken. So you just choose one from this.
4.
4,
yeah.
Number 4. Okay, let's see number 4.
Okay, when you look at this question, think about your business partner. Don't think about your significant other, boyfriend, husband, or spouse, okay? So your business partner say to you, I feel angry, anxious, and sad. Which emotion should you deal with first? Okay. Anger, anxiety, sadness, or the other?
Okay, so my answer to that is other, because I do think that it's very hard to separate anger, anxiety, and sadness. Like, you can't be angry without being a bit anxious. So it's hard to say, yeah, I'm going to deal with your anger first, and then I'm going to deal with sadness. And so everything at the same time. And what I would do is to let them really talk about their feelings, to give them the opportunity to talk instead of me asking them the questions. And also, I think that being angry, anxious, and sad, it's not something that just happens. So it might have, like, the feeling probably started a long time ago. So if they feel like it's something that we should talk about, it's obviously serious. And so, yeah, just keeping an open mind and let them do the talking first.
Wow, you sure you were not in my class?
I did study psychology. So.
Oh, I see. Okay. Very cool. So one of the things to consider if you're thinking about your business partner, I would suggest you go for anxiety first. Anxiety, you're totally right. Those are mixed together, but anxiety is the emotion that's really, really hard to deal with. Anger is the secondary emotion. So I would suggest you go for the anxiety. And if you're thinking about your husband or wife, I would say buy a gift. Something like that. So thank you for that answer. Very cool.
Yeah, actually, I think being a startup, you probably had that feelings, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously every day probably.
Yeah, that's right. Because we are also a startup, especially women and entrepreneurs, and we had this feeling all the time. So we have to handle ourselves, right?
Yes.
That's right. Okay, so let's see judges voting for your EQ session. 3, 2, 1. Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's very good. Okay. I'm going to have you to draw out a number for a judge and ask your question. This is number 4, so that's Catherine. Your question is?
I think what we want to know is the thing that we should focus on improving on for our business. And basically.
First of all, I think the biggest market now is in China. So I've seen your profile that you have cooperated with some major universities in China. But at the same time, I think international school maybe should be focused. Right. Because international school, parents are more open-minded and students are more willing to try some new things.
Right.
For the traditional school students, they may not have the resources and they may not have the knowledge to use the platform.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, which is why we've actually recruited student ambassadors from international schools in Hong Kong, and we are coming up with ways to really promote within the international community. So yeah, thank you for that. That makes a lot of sense.
Actually, Peter, you get kids in the international school, right?
Yeah, students in international school do have a lot of money. But the curious part I have, I think the reason I ask so many questions is you have mobile, you have content, you have reach, and you have education as ingredients to your company.
Right.
These are all good stuffs. But there are a lot of other downsides that we do not have enough time today to ask. For example, how do you prevent this to be a private chat room between the student and the tutor? How do you monitor content that's being transmitted, things like that? I trust you have thought through a lot of these.
Yes, certainly.
But if these are not properly managed, this can have some negative color tainted. Therefore, your company will have a bad reputation associated. So I urge you to think about not only the upside, but also do a lot of downside protection type of thinking. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Tak, you want to comment some?
Yeah, I just want to actually salute you as a woman entrepreneur. I think you're the first one that we have pitching today. So I think we should have more women entrepreneurs pitching, and I know it's not easy, so I just want to say positive. Good job.
Thank you so much, Tak. Yeah. So being a women entrepreneur, what do you think the advantages and disadvantages?
I don't think I'm treated any differently, so I'm not sure how to answer that question. Because
you just think you're always treated the same?
Yeah, I'm treated more like a guy in the office. So I don't know how to answer that question. I think they've forgotten that I'm a girl, so it's all right. It's all cool. Yeah, but certainly I do think that there should be more female entrepreneurs because I guess there's this association with risk-taking and men, so, but that's not very true. So yeah, I do encourage more women to take the risk to really do something that they want rather than what society tells them to. So yeah.
Very good, very good. So regarding the 西游记, so who do you think you are and why?
I'm going to give a bit of a weird answer, but I think I'm the horse because it
You're
is
the horse?
The horse.
白龙马.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. I know it's the horse.
So why?
Because first of all, I don't think I'm any of the other characters, so that sort of leaves the horse. And the horse is sort of, it's always there, and you kind of need the horse, but then you don't really notice it. But yeah, and I guess that's kind of my role. I'm not exactly the leader, but I do need to be there for everything to go on. So
actually, 白龙马 is a long, it's a dragon.
Oh, okay.
At the critical moment, he turned to the, really, yes.
Yeah, perfect.
Save the whole team, right?
Perfect, another reason, right?
Yeah. Very good, very good. Okay, so let's see judges overall voting for you. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations. Very good. That was really good. So do you guys still have any suggestions or comments or questions for her? So seems that this is a very good business plan, and after this, I will encourage you to talk with Ted.
Oh, certainly will.
Yes.
We have actually talked this morning.
You actually talked with him this
yes.
morning. Oh, no wonder. It's great. Well, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're going to have our last team coming very soon, and I want to thanks for all the audience and some of the VIPs coming to our program today, and we really enjoy everybody being together, and we see the dreams come true. Thank you.
I'm really thankful for having been invited to come to Battle Silicon today, and it was a great show. I had a lot of fun, and the judges were great. They gave me a lot of advice in terms of things to focus on and how to really grow our business in the future. So it has been a very, very fruitful experience.
Again, a big congratulations to all the presenting teams today and winning in the Battle Silicon here at Cyberport. Today is the third time that Battle Silicon at Cyberport is invited. So we are very honored to be here. And as evidence today, the Hong Kong startup quality is in par of, I would say, anywhere in the world compared to the Silicon Valley. Their projects are very innovative, either in terms of the technology innovation, in terms of the business model innovation, and the go-to-market strategy. I'm very, very impressed. And congratulations to all the participating teams. And secondly, Hong Kong has a go-to-market advantage. Being here located in Asia, the heart of Asia, and next to China, within 5 hours flight, you basically cover the majority of the population in the world. China, India, Japan, Singapore, just to name a few. So leverage that market opportunity. I think the startup will become very, very successful. Last but not least, Battle Silicon is a platform, a global platform for entrepreneur startups to tell their story to the world and to interact with the panel of judges from the Silicon Valley. Very successful either in terms of the investment and also in terms of serial entrepreneur. So that throughout this communication, hopefully the startup here can learn a lot from them. And last but not least, we do have a funding opportunity. Look, startup, we all need money. We all need fund. Hopefully through this platform, we can help them to raise funds and to go take their project to the next level. So again, I thank you very much for that, and we look forward to coming back.
西游记合作单位包括向子源、长城企业战略咨询、凤凰视频、魏源科创、Plug and Play、中关村硅谷创投、A New Domain、香港数码港、东方之星视讯网、兰亭集创。